Hello and welcome to another episode of Patents TV. I'm your host, Jeff Bond. This is episode 65. And we actually have two guests in our studio today who are going to talk about apps for presentation. They happen to be Sandy Staubenfeld, who's our Southwest Patents Coordinator, and Jim Lambert, who's our Northwest Patents Coordinator. So we're going to go to the studio and have them do their presentation.
Thanks, Jeff, for that great introduction, and welcome, Sandy, to Patents TV.
Thank you.
Today we're going to look at a few apps, free of course, that can be used to help kids with presentation. You know, school's just started. Let's give them different multiple ways of showing what they know.
And how to introduce themselves to the class without just writing a report. Give them some different options.
Yeah, it's never fun just having to be standing up in front of the class writing. So we're going to look at about 4 apps today, all of which are free and all which are very fun to use. The first app we're going to look at is ChatterPix or ChatterPix Kid. I'm going to be showing ChatterPix Kid here. ChatterPix by DuckDuckMoose allows you to animate any object. So you can either take a photo or go to the gallery. I'm going to go to the gallery, and actually we could pick any of these pictures right here.
Now, can you add one of your own pictures to the
Yes,
gallery?
because you could be taking a picture, so you can add it to the gallery. And what you do is you
Hey, give me a banana.
add a little voice clip to it. So to do that from the beginning, I'm going to take a picture. And I'm going to go to a picture from my camera roll. And we're going to take this picture right here. And I'm going to go to next, and I draw where my mouth's going to be. And I record.
In 3, 2, 1, go!
Hey, what are you having for lunch today? Hey, what are you having for lunch today? And basically, wherever you drew that line at, it opens and closes the picture and makes a mouth. When you're done with that, you can do any filtering you like, changing the colors, the background to black and white. You can add stickers. You can put a frame around it. You can add text. When you've done all that fun stuff to it, it now can either reside in it resides in the gallery. So now it lives there, and the student could then take this, open up the gallery, and have this lovely lady speak with a male voice now and say, "Hey, what are you having for lunch today?" So that's ChatterPix. Quick, simple, easy to use, and I think any young kid would like this. Could be a great way of, like you said, of introducing themselves to the students or telling us a quick report.
Yeah. You could use it too for, maybe these would be two historical people who are having a conversation.
Right. The other app I want to show you is called Videolicious, and it allows you to take pictures that you have in your camera roll, and with those pictures you can tell story. You can add some story or text to it. So I'm going to go to step 1, choose your shots, and I'm going to again go to my camera roll, and I'm going to pick, for the sake of quickness, just 3 pictures. And when you do that, it numbers them 1, 2, 3. If I wanted to renumber the pictures, I could renumber the pictures in that order. When I'm done with that, I tell it to save. Takes me to step 2. In step 2, you film yourself and talk about the pictures. So you press the record button, counts down to 3, 2, 1. The first picture is of a guy painting a picture who actually looks almost like Jed Clampett. Of course, Sandy, you don't remember him from the Beverly Hillbillies, but he's painting a picture of the Crown Point Courthouse. The second picture is of a girl with a hula hoop, with a big smile on her face, actually very proud of what she's done. And the third picture is of a window washer. Quite honestly, this guy's been at that same spot since the end of July, so I don't think he's working very hard at washing the windows. When I'm done, I press stop record. I press save. I can choose a song to enhance my movie if I wanted to, or I can skip that feature. I'm going to skip that feature. Creates a preview. And it just retells the story that I told. And as I had advanced those pictures, when I was telling it, it then brings that part of the story with those pictures. A great way of using just camera stills to retell a story or to give an oral report. And that's Videolicious.
Thanks, Jim. Those were great. I'll have to check those out.
Okay, please do, Sandy. And hopefully lots of other kids will be using them too this year.
I'm going to show two apps as well. The first one I'm going to show is Telegami. Telegami is available in both a free app and a paid app. We're going to be looking at the free app today. You can either get directions of how to create a Telegami, or you can just hit create to start creating a Telegami. And from here you get, with the free version, 30 seconds to make a little video. So for example, if I wanted to do an introduction of myself, I can go into my character, and from there I have a couple different options I can choose. I can choose whether I would want to be a male or a female. I can change my skin tone. I can change the color of my eyes. I think I'll be green today.
A complete makeover.
Exactly. I can make my head really, really big or normal size.
Kids will enjoy just doing that.
Yeah. We can also change my hair color. So if you always want to be a blonde, you can be a blonde.
Could you take some gray away from me?
I'm not sure. I could try that out though. We can change the color of my blouse. So I'll go with the red today. And the pants, I can change to a darker blue. So those are the options that you can change in your character. The next thing that you can change is your emotion. So whatever you're talking about, if you're going to be talking about a sad story, I could be sad. If I'm going to be surprised, I could be surprised. Scare, I might want to tell a scary story, so I could be scary. I think I'll just go with happy today.
Good choice.
And then we can change the background. So again, you can either add a background from your camera roll. You could take a picture. So if you were in like a classroom and you wanted to see your actual self in the classroom, you could use your camera. But today, like I said, we are just going to use a picture that I already took. So I'm going to put myself in front of the White House.
Very good.
So now I can tell a little bit about myself, and I have my background of the White House. So from here, I want to add my message, so I'm going to record a message. This summer, I went on a vacation. We went to Washington, D.C., and there I stood in front of the White House. It was a great vacation.
That was pretty quick and easy to do, Sandy.
Yeah, and the thing that I kind of like about it is you only have 30 seconds. And with it only being 30 seconds, you really have to think about what you're going to say and have a concise kind of message. So it really makes the students kind of put their thoughts together of exactly what they want to say.
And give just the important facts versus rambling for a long time. That is really good. And actually the background with the White House, it could have been the student talking about some feature of the White House, not saying I just went on a vacation. So they could be doing a report.
Correct.
A 30-second report.
Right, right. So there's lots of different options that you can do. And when you're finished with this one, it has share options as well. So I can email it or Facebook or Twitter or send it as a text message. And then when you're finished, you just hit save, and it gives you a little second to create your origami. And when it's finished, it's going to put it in my camera roll. So then I can just go to my camera roll and watch it again or show it again.
Or use it within other apps too.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. You can do what they call app smashing. So I could import it into iMovie, and if I was doing a longer report about Washington, D.C., that I could just put this part of it into my movie. So I could use it with a different app as well. The second one I'm going to show is another free app, and this one is called PicCollage. One of the first things that you can do is just come down here and kind of, if you have in mind how you want your layout to be, you can pick a layout. I'm going to pick this one where you can put 4 pictures and something else, and when your layout is finished, you just hit the check mark to be done. And then we can go in and add our pictures. So we can put pictures in here. So I'm just going to pick a few that kind of tell about myself. And then hit the check mark when I'm done. And then once you have the pictures in here, you can move them around or make them bigger or smaller. So I put in a few pictures about myself. I love to play tennis. So I put my tennis picture. This is my daughter who is at Murray State. And these are a couple of pictures from Murray State. Murray State University is kind of famous because they have a horse that actually runs around the track after every score in touchdowns or field goals in football.
Does it ever run around that much?
It does. Sometimes it runs a lot. We like it when it does. And then at the top, I can put some text in here to kind of, if I wanted to tell about myself. So I can put my name here. If I didn't like that font, I can come down here to the bottom and I can kind of move this up and play with different fonts that I like better. And then when I get the one I want, I can just slide it up here. So it's kind of telling about myself. Now I can also add some stickers. So I could put a happy face here and maybe a cloud here.
And I can see the younger kids really enjoying using the stickers.
Yeah, and they're real easy. I'm just using my 2 fingers to kind of drag these around. So I could put my smiley face up here, my sunshine here. And then I've got a collage that kind of tells about myself. So again, as we mentioned before, instead of writing a report and standing up in front of the class, I might bring this up and then explain about the things that I put in my PicCollage. So that's just one way you could use it.
There's no audio features though with this, like you cannot record a message on PicCollage, can you?
No.
Okay, so of the 4 we showed, 3 can actually provide you with recording capabilities, and this one is more of a non-recording capability.
Correct.
Thanks for watching today's episode of Patents TV, and hopefully you'll enjoy having your students check out these 4 apps. Until 2 weeks when we'll have a vendor presentation, goodbye for now.
Back to you, Jeff.
Thank you, Sandy and Jim, for your presentation. And I hope that folks have a chance to look at those apps because they really do look like they'd be very interesting. On our 3rd Tuesday, we're going to have our featured solutions. And we're going to be having someone from IPACT come and do a little presentation, I believe, on an app. So I hope you can join us. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off for Patents TV. Thanks for joining us.